So, what are the different types of experiences that one experiences in the practice of Kashmir Shaivism Tantra?
One of the best texts my teacher, my guru, and my guru's guru liked very much is Virupaksha Panchashika. It's just a very small book, 50 stanzas of Virupaksha. And the text begins with the Vimati Pada Mangam Sarvam Drishyatva Chariramidam. So let me not go into Sanskrit, that the idea is that everything in the world that I can see, feel, touch is my own body. So this says Virupaksha is sharing his personal experience of having the entire world as his own physical experience. Just the way I can move my fingers, he says that I can move the mountains the same way. Basically, I don't feel the difference between this corporeality and that corporeality, the corporeality down in the form of the rocks and the plants and the rivers and everything. So this is one experience I find wherein the Vishwa Mayata, being immanent, universal, comes. And then the second is of Vishwa Uttirnata, transcending the difference, transcending duality, and not even the expression of the manifold in its most pristine form, in its non-dual oneness, singularity of consciousness, bliss only, to be there without expression of any form, without expression of any name, without words. So this is what generally the Advaita type experience, I could say. So Vishwa Uttirnata, to transcend to the absolute and be there. So Vishwa Uttirna and Vishwa Maya. So, and then the third category in Pratyavijna is, why would we want to either or? And then they introduced a category of Bhairava. So the image of Bhairava is like Bhairava has generally the type of Bhairavas I am familiar with. Just a big eyes wide open. And then they are in this absolute serene state while engaging in the world. So the concept is you are fully enjoying the world, apparently. Also in that same pristine non-dual state of experience. But are all these experiences the beginning steps? Not really, because I wanted to start from the top to the bottom. So even the pulsation of Kundalini, like a simple feel of the surge of Kundalini, and small states of Samavesa, wherein sadhaka starts experiencing himself as the mother, and we can hear these stories from no other but Swami Ramakrishna himself, not having any sense of difference between himself and the divine mother he is worshipping. So these are the beginning stages actually of experiencing, and there are many more. I'm sure he went through all of these, but not necessarily came to our conversations. So these many of these experiences can be felt, at least from the tantric perspective, by simply means of pranayama, like the breathing exercises combined with visualization, different images. But there are some practices that are absolutely conducive to highest goal, and there are some other practices that may only lead to some kind of small gimmick achievements, and people, sadhakas, can be misguided. And so therefore, although Tantra has a vast array of practices, but Tantras repeatedly said, do not do this without your mentor. So, like random picking in Google, I found this Vijnana Bhairava, so let me kind of sort of try on it, at least from the perspective of the parampara, tradition and the text. This is strictly forbidden, because things might not always go right, and people might get carried away, because the flaws, actually, I was worried if Swamiji will start bringing those things. Yeah, there are many disturbing things also in Tantra. People might take that as the real core practice. So the Tantra can be both. It can be blessing, and it can also be a hindrance for the people who are not well qualified for.